Dear students, in this video lecture, we'll talk about the multidisciplinary research activities. In the last video lecture of Model 5, we discussed about what are the research activities that we are going to carry in case of smart grid that we studied in the last video lecture. So in this video lecture, we'll study about what are the different aspects of multidisciplinary research activities. Already we know that the technical research it has different interdisciplinary research areas such as the economics, finance, policy and environmental science. They incorporate the different aspects of the development and its own implementation. Usually what happens is the present engineering courses which are very much related to the intelligent systems and adaptive controls, the pricing for new emerging power markets, the financial engineering, socio-economics, studies on climate change and environmental complications. So these, why the engineering courses are dealing about these points is, so we are not only worrying about the power delivery and its management. Along with that, we are talking about some different disciplinary areas also, such as the economics, the finance, the policies, then the environmental concern activities. These things are also included in the present engineering courses. This is the list of some of the activities which demonstrate the need for the interdisciplinary research and education. So what generally happening is the development of some advanced techniques for measuring the peak load reductions and energy efficient savings that is happening now. So some advanced technique they are going to propose. Basically it measures the reduction in the peak load, and wherever the energy efficiency saving is possible, that can be identified, such techniques they are going to develop. Then investigation of the demand response, distributed generation, storage to provide ancillary services. Then you need to conduct the research to identify and advance the use of wide area measurement and control network. This is most important point what we are going to have. This is one of the most important research activities which is going on, where we are going to identify the advances or what is the use of wide area monitoring or measurement system and its control networks in the electric grid, present grid. So we are going to identify the different means of measuring the data, how that data is useful for the control applications. On that research activity is going on. And also the research on network asset management. This is most important because as smart grid involves many of the communication equipments, so network assessment management and its architecture is another activity which are going to highlight. Along with that, you need to test the new reliability technologies, which includes the concerning communications, network capabilities. So these all some grid control environmental activities. On that also you need to test whether the reliability of technology is there or not. Then investigation of the feasibility of the transition to time of use, TOUs, time of use and real time electricity pricing. So this is also the another aspect of the activity. So the last activity is what we are going to highlight is on the development of new algorithms for electrical transmission system software applications. So different applications of electric transmission system, on that also we are going to develop the new algorithms. Let us talk about the smart grid education. What do you mean by the smart grid education? So usually the development of educational schemes requires the skills, usually that is the skills and new technologies outside of power engineering. As I said, we are in today's video lecture we are discussing about the multidisciplinary activities. Means we are not only concerning on the electrical engineering or power engineering. Along with the power engineering, we are discussing on the policy matters, we are discussing on the environmental concerns, we are discussing on the economics, finance. These all things we are going to consider, and how the education is improving on that era, that we are going to discuss in this slide. The development of infrastructure to facilitate the delivery of courses such as development of web-based information data bank. This is most important. The interactive and distance power laboratory experiments we need to give, and we are going to encourage the international cooperation for knowledge and expertise exchange are necessary. So some web-based information data bank you need to create, and you have to interact the distance power laboratory experiment so that you can educate the people who are working in the smart grid. Usually the smart grid fundamentals will include the architecture, the performance requirements, and we are going to discuss about the development of analytical and decision support tools. Okay, so in case of renewable energy resources, and how the grid design will be based, what are its boundaries, what is the knowledge of communication theory, how we are going to improve the optimization control, what are the issues of social and environmental constraints, and dynamic optimization technique. All these are the some of the key aspects whenever we are going to educate the people who are working in the smart grid. Now let us discuss the what is the role of power curriculum in the power system development. Usually many theory and practical courses are already introduced in the curriculum. This curriculum is motivating the young budding engineers, those who are focusing on the fundamental models of current power engineering program, which highlights on utilization and management of power and energy, how we are going to utilize and manage the power and energy, what is the application of new emerging technologies for the power quality, especially for the power quality, and what is the high voltage engineering, the power electronics control, and what to mean by the multidisciplinary power engineering related topics. About that the new curriculum is highlighting. Apart from that also, you need to motivate or give the idea about the smart grid activities. Much more related aspects must be introduced in the curriculum so that the people will get addicted with the smart grid activities. Let us talk about what are the desired elements of the curriculum which are identified to facilitate the development of smart grid. That basically includes the direct digital control, what are the roles of system operators, what is the power system dynamics and stability. We are talking about the electric power quality also. What is the T&D, transmission distribution hardware and migration middleware. What are the new concepts in power system protection. We are also discussing about the environmental policy issues. We are discussing on the reliability and risk assessment, and also we are discussing on the economic analysis. So these all points are most important elements, desired elements, which are identified, especially in case of smart grid development. These points or elements must be included in the present curriculum so that the things will become very fruitful. So the people will get the more idea about the elements of the smart grid. Now let us discuss what is the new curriculum that we are going to introduce, what it requires. Okay, so the key features of the new curriculum, whatever we are going to introduce, that must include about the planning and operation under uncertainties. This is the most important point. So present, the main feature of the smart grid is to look into the uncertainties, to reduce the uncertainties. So on that you need to highlight. Then what is the use of the real-time measurements? So basically we are not focusing much on the PMUs, phasor measurement units, state estimation, analysis of stability, reliability. Only this part is there in research, but not in the undergraduate and very less in postgraduate studies. So these the curriculum must be highlighted on the PMUs and use of PMUs. And we are also focusing, we must focus on the renewable energy and its vulnerability penetration strategy. These are all things we studied in the fourth model also. And we need to include the performance measures and its issues, sustainability and power quality, interoperability, cyber security. These all key elements we need to include in a curriculum. And we are going to highlight on the development of new adaptive and stochastic optimization techniques, which will facilitate the resource application, scheduling, such as the unit commitment, restoration, reconfiguration. These all elements we need to include in the new curriculum. And also we are going to highlight on the market and pricing ancillary services and business cases for the smart grid deployment. So what is my opinion is, in the present curriculum, whatever we are going to study, we are studying right now, this is not fully focusing on the smart grid activities. Just whatever now you are going to study, it's just a brief idea what are the activities which are going on in the smart grid. But along with this, you need to focus on these all parameters or the elements, so that the people will get the more idea about the smart grid. So you need to highlight, basically you need to highlight on the real-time measurement and technique and the different tools on the phasor management unit and state estimation. This is most important point, which will be very much useful in the analysis of stability, reliability and efficiency. This is the most important parameter. The new curriculum must highlight on these all issues. Okay, in the next video lecture we'll talk more on the model 5.